Greetings from Yamashiro town in Kyoto Prefecture. I'm standing on the border that separates the residential part of Yamashiro town from the rural area of Yamashiro. Tea plantations everywhere in this region. Not so many rice fields though. A lot of great trails through the bush there. Spent many an hour cycling through here. The purpose for bringing you here today is to take you up the valley and show you the Yamashiro Forest Park camping ground and its facilities, and one or two of the tracks that are ideal for hiking and off-road cycling. But before I go, I'm just standing on the outskirts of the settlement Jindoji. I won't take you through here today. I'm planning on returning in the next 2 weeks to do some hiking. But something I want to point out to you, and this is full credit to the Yamashiro Council, that all through this region are these maps. You've got the one of the whole area of this part of Kyoto Prefecture, and then here. I'm just going to zoom in and show you whereabouts we're heading out to. There. We're about here where that little reread sign is. So we've got about 4 kilometres to go. And the other purpose for being here is to test drive my new little acquisition, my trailer, thanks to my friend Philip for giving me this. Saves me having to carry everything on me back. But I wouldn't be taking this mountain biking as such. That's a great little item to have. Just as I make my way up the valley, I want to bring to your attention something. And this little fella here. Quite a cute little thing, aren't they? But what you want to avoid doing is touching them, because that little wee spike in the back can give you quite a sting. Sometimes when you're biking through thick bush, these guys will be hanging down, sort of like a cobweb, you know. And sometimes they might brush against your arms, and I can tell you they can leave a hell of a bite or a sting on you. I sometimes carry a leaf of aloe vera and rub on it. A point of interest for you here are these logs. It's quite interesting to see them. And you come across them very isolated places. These are for growing shiitake, a type of mushroom. A delicacy, I may say. Not the sort of mushroom that you would have with your bacon and eggs for breakfast. The sort that you'd probably pay a heap for. Not far from the camping ground itself. A couple of nice little picnic spots here. Shelter. Still some lovely autumn colours there. Isn't that beautiful? The reds, the golds in the background. Well, welcome to the Yamashiro Forest Park Camping Ground. This is the sort of office. There is a little shop inside and an eating area. But I don't think there's a cafe or anything. I think it's all vending machine stuff. Again, another one of these very informative maps. There's another map that I want to show you up here. This is showing you the camping ground and the facilities available. Many tracks in the area. This is just one of them. And remember a minute ago I stopped and showed you that caterpillar, told you about the way they hang. Well, here's one right here. Let's see if I can get up close to him. You see him? Whoa. See what I mean? When you're biking through the bush and one of those strokes your arm, you're in trouble. Here, later on I'll be going up that trail, but first of all I want to show you some more of the facilities that are here. If there's a large group of you, and I'm talking about several dozen, you can rent this facility here. You can also use it for a conference centre, stuff like that. There are cabins further up the valley, which I will show you them as we make our way up. During the summer, on the weekends, public holidays, this place is packed. In some cases you've got to park about 1 kilometre away just to get in here. A nice little picnic area. I'm not sure whether there's much fishing in there. No doubt there might be a couple of little wee tiddlers. Now up in the bushes there, you might just be able to catch the roof. There are a couple of cabins. There's further more up the valley, so I can give you a better look at them. I estimate to be about a dozen or so of these cabins up the valley, ranging in size. They're very basic. You supply your own linen, etc. They've got heaters, air conditioners, kitchen, toilet. You can rent them by the hour, and by the day, and by the night. These ones are located directly opposite the camping ground. Camping is on these platforms, which limit you to the size of tent. So if you're coming up here with a family and you've brought your monster of a tent, I think you're out of luck. I think a lot of camping grounds in Japan are like this. The beauty is you've got the bush all around you. Another thing I feel I should warn you about, prepare you for. If I don't, you get bitten by one, well, you're in trouble, but there are snakes up here. They're not big. I don't know how harmful they would be. I'm sure if you started to annoy one, he would probably piss and spit at you a bit. I've been up here a couple of times on my bike and seen one crossing the path in front of me. He's been more scared of me than what I was of him. Well, another sort of the perimeter of the camping ground. I'm going to take you further up the valley. There's a couple of tracks up here I want to show you. One of the many tracks that take you up into the hills. This one would eventually take you to the Kamiyama, or Mount Mikami lookout. Well, the sign says Kaijusanji Temple. This is another great hiking track, this one. Kaijusanji Temple, quite a magnificent complex. Sits at the top of a hill overlooking the town of Kamo. I came through here once. I was on my bike. Needless to say, I couldn't ride down there. But at the top of that hill there is another junction with several tracks. I will be going up there in the next couple of weeks. But if you're staying here, it's well worth checking this out. Well, I'm about a kilometre, maybe a kilometre and a half up from the camping ground, and I've reached this junction. That's as far as I'm going to today. This road here, this nicely sealed mountain lane, will take you through to the, where are we? The Kamiyama, or Mount Mikami lookout. So, you can carry on through there to come through the Tamura Shinden settlement and onto route number 321. This track here connects up with this road in a roundabout way. So if you're coming up here, I tried getting up here once, but I got to a point where I couldn't. The bush was so thick. But a friend of mine who's been up through here, when it's been cleared, said it's very nice. Here is another walking track. Eventually we'll connect you up to the top. So all in all, there are many kilometres of tracks. Plenty to keep you occupied here. If you're a nature lover, it's all at your footsteps. Well, I've passed back through the camping ground, and I've taken that track that I mentioned earlier up here. Little interesting junction here. The track on the right hand side takes to the Kamiyama lookout, or Mount McCartney lookout. Signs telling you don't put bikes on here. Having walked through here recently, I can't understand why anyone would want to bring a bike, because you can't ride it. I'm coming down here. I'm trying to take you to a nice temple complex. I'm going to show you, but this is the third time I've been down this track, and I hope it's third time lucky. First 2 times I came down, I had serious accidents. One nearly lost me my genitals, and the other one I buggered my cartilage muscles. I'm going to strap this onto my bicycle so I can give you a better view of it. My type of cycling environment. The last time I came through here, when I had my second accident, it was pouring with rain. Just absolutely bucketing down. Soaking wet, everything got wet. All my gear, the lot. A lot of fun though. Until I got to a certain point where I went into a deep hole, rolled off my bike and fucked my cartilage. Not the sort of thing a 58-year-old should be doing. Great scenery, eh? I've exited the bush onto this country lane, and I've reached the shelter just on the outskirts of the town. This little wee picnic area here. I'm going to stop for a bite to eat. I'm doing good time. A lot of mountain bikers come up through here. Use the car park, as you can see from this wagon here, and head into the hills. I plan to take the road to the right, come down the hill route. One more little stop before I finish this video off. I'm here at the Taniyama Fudo-san Temple. This is quite an incredible complex. This is sort of amazing complex, this. Not big by any means. Serenity, nestled in amongst this bamboo forest. But one of my favourite attractions here. And the Sekibutsu. There's quite a few of them up here. I'd be sort of interested to know what their purpose is. Inside this construction here, and I'm not going to be able to pick it up. There's very little light. You have to excuse my lack of information here, but there's a sort of a ritual performed here. People stand underneath that. So to descend back down from the top, there's a wee side track, and there's some quite interesting carvings in here as well. This character here, the sun's shining on it a little bit. Tucked in a little corner is the Senadi Ginger Shrine. The Inari ginger is signified by the two foxes. Still a little bit further down the steps, back towards the road, we come across this. There is another carving in there. Whether I can pick it up or not, it seems to be fairly dark. Well, I'm going to say goodbye to the Taniyama, Buddha Sun Temple. Head back out to civilization. Well, I'm at the Campground Ginger Shrine. That's the end of my trek for today. Very short trek, only about 12-13 kilometres, but I didn't want to do much, just wanted to show you around the camping ground and the surrounding area. Been a great day. Getting a bit warmer now. Very cold before, but so I'm going to sign off here, make my way back home. Enjoyed towing the trailer. It's been a lot of fun. So I shall say farewell from Yamashiro town.